Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got for you a power yoga flow. We're going to get a little bit twisty with our bodies as well. Hopefully create lots of heat, lots of energy and just get ourselves moving for today. As always, if you need any yoga props that you use to assist your yoga practice, then by all means grab them now. Make sure they're close by. And also if you need to take child's pose at any point, because we are going to move through a little bit of a faster pace today, just come into child's pose at any point, click pause on the video and come back to it whenever you feel ready. Okay folks, let's get into it. So to begin with, we're going to come into a kneeling position on our yoga mats and we're going to warm up through the wrists, the shoulders and through the side body as well. So it's always good to give ourselves a little bit of a warm up before we begin, not just our yoga class, but just any exercise that we're going to be doing. So I want you to bring your arms out in front of you and we're just going to make fists and release our fists. So you're kind of opening and closing the hands quite quickly. Just keep going, do it with some intention. Raise the arms above your head. Keep doing the same thing with the fists, open and close the hands. Out to the sides. Hopefully I've got enough space next to me. And then back to front. And I just want you to make big circles with your hands and your wrists. We're going to go clockwise first of all. And then we're going to go anti-clockwise. Awesome, and now bring your palms down to your mat. And I want you to come into an all fours position, so tabletop position. Have your wrists in line with your shoulders and your knees in line with your hips. And then we're going to raise the palms of our hands up off the mat and bring them back down. Raise them again, bring them back down. And just do this just a few times. Again, warming up through the fingers, warming up through the wrists. Just turn your fingertips out to the long edge of your yoga mat and just sway yourself from side to side. Take it nice and easy. Again, with this, you can always take the time before you start your yoga practice to warm up through your wrists or any part of your body that you feel needs a little bit more heat into it before you start your yoga practice. Bring your fingertips to face towards your thighs, just rock backwards and forwards. Okay, and release. Come back to sitting back onto your heels. We're just going to warm up through the side of our body. So take an inhale, raise the left arm up and over, feel the stretch all the way through the left hand side. Take an exhale to release. Inhale, raising up the right arm. Perfect. Inhale, left arm up and over. Last time on the right side. And exhale to release. Interlace the palms of the hands behind the back. Pull them down towards the soles of the feet. Broaden through your chest, nice and tall with your spine. Just feel the opening across your chest, across your shoulders. Take a big inhale. And exhale to release. Just shake out the hands. Shake out the shoulders. Coming into all four position, we're just going to do a few rounds of cat-cow just to warm up through our spine. So again, wrists in line with your shoulders and knees in line with your hips. As you take your inhale, drop your belly down, bring the gaze up. And as you exhale, round through the spine, round through the shoulders, letting all the air go. Again, inhale, drop the belly, gaze comes up. Exhale to release. Take an inhale, drop the belly down. And exhaling to release. We'll do that one more time. Take an inhale, drop the belly. And exhaling to release. Now we're going to push ourselves up into our first downward facing dog of today's practice. So here I want you to pedal out your legs, walk the dog a little bit. Have your wrists in line with your shoulders still. And your feet hips width distance apart. Try and have your fingertips spread nice and wide on your yoga mat. Bring your drishti, your gaze towards your knees, your navel. And just take 3 nice long inhales and exhales here. Maybe start to elongate your inhales and your exhales. And on your next inhale, lifting up your heels. Bring your gaze forwards towards the palms of your hands. Walk, step or float to the top of the mat, coming into a half lift. Gaze comes forwards. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, raising up the arms. Exhale, come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, gazes forwards. Exhale, stepping back, lowering down through chaturanga, tuck the elbows into the side ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. And here in downward facing dog, I want you to take inhale as you raise your right leg. Exhale, drop it back, stack the hips on top of each other, opening up all the way through the hip area. Maybe put a flex through your heel. Exhale to release the right foot. Take an inhale, raising the left foot up and over again, stacking those hips. Flexing through the left foot. Take an exhale as you release, bringing both feet down to the mat. Again, taking 3 nice long inhales and exhales here. Maybe give the head a little shake out, making sure there's no tension in the neck or the shoulders. As you take the next inhale, lifting up the heels, exhale forward, bending through your knees. Inhale, walk, step or float to the top of your mat, half lift. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up to standing, hands to prayer at heart center. Moving on, Sun Sal B. Take an inhale as you come into your chair pose. Gaze comes up towards the palm of the hands with the weight into your heels. As you exhale, I want you to interlace the fingers behind your back. Bring your palms of the hands lower down towards your tailbone. As you take your exhale, forward fold, bring the chest to the tops of the thighs. Take 3 nice long inhales here. Again, broadening through the chest, broadening through your shoulders. On the next inhale, sweep the arms back up, chair pose. Exhale, coming into forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale as you step yourself back, lower down through chaturanga, tuck the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhaling to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring the right foot forward, rise up, warrior one, gaze is up towards the palm of your hands. Exhale to release, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg through, rise up, warrior one, gaze comes up. Exhale, palms to the mat, stepping back, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. And here, just take 3 nice long inhales and exhales. Pedaling out your legs. Maybe give the head a shake from side to side. And keep your dristy either towards your knees, your thighs, or your navel. On your next inhale, lift up your heels. Exhale, bend through your knees. Walk, step or jump yourself to the top of the mat. Half lift, gazes forwards. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise all the way up through chair pose. And exhale as we move into the next round. Inhale, half lift, gazes forwards. Exhale, step back, lower down through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Turn the left toes out, bring the right foot through. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, palms to the mat, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Turn the right toes out, bring the left foot forward, rise up, warrior one. Exhale to release, step back, lower down, tuck the elbows into the side ribs. Upward facing dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. Take 3 nice long breaths here, folks. Ooh, we're starting to warm up, bring some heat into our bodies. It's nice fast pace today, so we should have lots of energy, lots of good vibes moving through our body today. On your next inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend through the knees. Walk, step or jump to the top of the mat, half lift. Gaze comes forwards. Exhale, forward fold, and inhale, rise all the way back up. Staying in chair position this time. Lower the sit bones down a little bit further if that feels okay. Bring the weight into your heels and gazes forwards. Take 3 nice long breaths. Always come back to your breath, folks, just to center yourselves and to slow everything back down again. On your next exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back again. Bring the palms down towards the tailbone. Exhale your chest onto the top of your thighs. And again, we're here for 3 breaths. On your next exhale, release, heel toe the feet out further to the sides of your yoga mat, coming down into our Vinyasa, our yogi squat. So use the elbows to push on the inside of the thighs, hands to prayer at heart center, bring the gaze forwards, tuck the tailbone, drop the tailbone down. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Bring the right palm down to the floor, inhale the left arm up. Exhale to release, bring the left palm down, inhale the right palm up, feeling a nice twist through the spine. Exhale to release. From here, I want you to step yourself back, lower down through chaturanga, tuck the elbows into the ribs. Inhale to upward facing, and exhale to downward facing. Take a couple of breaths here. Pedal out the legs, shake the head from side to side. Inhale, as you raise the right leg up, coming into 3-legged dog. As we exhale, I want you to bring your knee to your elbow. Take a pause. Exhale to release, 3-legged dog. Take an inhale, knee to wrist. Exhale to release, 3-legged dog. On the next inhale, bring the leg all the way through, rising up into warrior 1. Nice and strong through both the legs. Have your knees stacked over your ankle, gazes forwards. Nice and tall through your spine. On the next exhale, open up to warrior 2. Come a little bit deeper if that feels okay. And bring your focus, your drishti over your front middle finger. As you exhale, flowing straight onto extended side angle, bring the left palm up. Gaze towards your left palm. Option here if you want to take a bind, you might want to wrap the left arm around and grab hold of the top of the thigh. Come to a full bind if that feels okay. And just create some space, broadening through your chest and opening through your shoulders. On your next inhale, come all the way back up to warrior 2, coming into a crescent lunge. So from here you want to spin the back heel up. Have the arms raised as you nice and strong through both your legs. We're going to do some waves of cactus arms. So I want you to bring the arms down. As you inhale, sweep them up, open the arms out to the sides. Again, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, releasing the arms to the sides. Inhale, all the way back up, creating loads of space, feeling the energy. Inhale, raise up again. And exhaling to release. Bring the arms up, hands to prayer at heart center. We're twisting round to revolve side angle from here. Bring your gaze up towards your right elbow. If you want to open the palms of the hands here, then feel free. Whatever's in your practice. One more round of breath. And as you exhale, bring both palms to the mat. Bring the right leg back, open back up into 3-legged dog. And exhale as we move through chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And here we're going to move on to doing a little bit of dolphin pose. If pincher is in your practice, come up into pincher. We're only going to be here for 10 rounds of breath. So this is a little bit of a build up for your pincher pose. We're going to drop the forearms down onto the mat. Spread your fingertips nice and wide. Option here, you might want to use a block just to put between the palms of the hands. And we're just going to walk ourselves a little bit closer towards our torso. And on your next inhale, I want you to raise the right leg up. We're going to stay here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Inhale the left leg up for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come, drop the knees down, coming into child's pose, taking a couple of rounds of breath here. Again, always bring yourself back to your breath. Elongate your inhales and elongate your exhales. Gives us a chance just to slow everything down. Pace of the flow today is a little bit quicker, so it's nice to take these moments just to regroup before we carry on. When you're ready on your next inhale, push yourself back up into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat on the left hand side. So inhale the left leg up, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the wrist. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring the leg all the way through, coming up into warrior one. Hips facing towards the long edge of the mat, the short edge of the mat, top. Bring your gaze forwards, nice and relaxed through the shoulders, making sure there's no tension through the neck, nice and strong through both the legs. As you exhale, open up into warrior two, bring your feet onto one line, gaze is forward over your front middle finger, again, nice and strong through your legs. Activating your core, nice and tall through the spine. Moving on, flowing into extended side angle. So bring the right palm up, gaze towards your right palm. Sink a little bit deeper. If that feels okay, you might want to take the bind. If you took it on the other side, take it this side too. Or even just wrapping your right arm round onto the top of the left thigh. Again, focus on your breath. And then as you take your next inhale, rising up into that crescent lunge again on the left. And we're going to do our cactus arms again with our nice big sweeping inhales. So sweep the arms up as you inhale. Exhale, bring them nice and wide. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, nice and wide. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhaling one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Twisting round onto the left. Extended side angle. Revolved. So gaze comes up towards your left elbow. Option here if you want to open the arms nice and wide, or even take a bind if that's in your practice. But again, keeping that nice openness through the chest, nice and broad through your shoulders. And then on your next exhale, releasing, stepping ourselves back, 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, bring the left foot down, drop the knees down. We're going to come into dolphin and do our little dolphin pose again. So I want you to tuck your toes under, back into downward facing dog, but drop the forearms down. Again, you might want to have a block between the palms of the hands, whichever you did the first time round, and whichever which feels good, whichever's in your practice. Take an inhale, raise the right leg up for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, release it down. Inhale the left leg up for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, to release. Push yourself back up into downward facing dog this time. Inhale the right leg up and back, stacking your hips, opening up through the hip area, flexing through the foot. Take an exhale to release down. Inhale the left leg up and back, stacking the hips. And exhale to release. From here, walk your palms of your hands back towards your feet. Heel toe the feet out slightly a little bit wider. Grab hold of the elbows, let the head hang. Just feel the tension releasing through the lower back, maybe sway from side to side. If you want to put a little bend through the knees, then put a bend through the knees. Bringing the weight into the heels. And then as you exhale, release the palms down. Slowly roll yourself up to a standing position, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the arms, raise them up above the head. Come onto your tiptoes. We're going to walk ourselves to the top of our mat from here. So slowly stepping ourselves back up to the front of the mat. Take an exhale as you release the palms down. Give your body a little bit of a shake out. And from here, step the right foot out, doing some wide leg forward folds. So inhale, raise the arms up, gaze comes towards your thumbs. As you exhale, coming into a forward fold. Take an inhale to a flat back and exhale, just to come a little bit deeper into this fold here. Maybe grab hold of the toe of the thumb and forefinger and just breathe into it with 3 nice long inhales and exhales. Inhale, as you rise all the way back up, hands above your head. As you exhale, coming back into that forward fold. Leave the left palm on the yoga mat. As you inhale, the right palm up and over as you open up to the right hand side. Exhale, release the right palm down. Inhale, raising the left arm up. Exhaling to release, coming into Skandasana. So we're going to put the weight over onto our right foot. Extending out with the left leg. Use your top of your arm just to push on the inside of your right thigh. Hands to prayer at heart center. Take an inhale to release. Walk yourself to the other side here. We're just going to flow through this a little bit. Again, walking through to the right hand side. And walking through to the left hand side. Take an inhale as you come back up to center, half lift, exhale, coming back into that forward fold. And then inhale, coming all the way back up, stepping to the front of our yoga mats, Tadasana, back up to standing. Take an inhale as you raise the arms up, exhale, coming to forward fold. Inhale, half lift, gazes forwards. Exhale, step the left foot back, rise up into crescent lunge. As you exhale, round to the right hand side, arms open nice and wide, gaze comes over your right hand or right shoulder. Take an inhale back to center, exhale doing that movement again, gaze comes over your right shoulder. Again, inhale up and exhale down. And as you inhale up, bringing both knees so that they meet, so that you're back in chair pose. We're just going to do revolved chair here. Gaze comes up towards that right elbow again. We're getting nice and twisty in today's flow. Take an inhale, back to center, back to standing, hands to prayer at heart center. Moving on, doing the same on the opposite side. Inhale, arms come up, exhale, stepping back with the right foot this time. As you exhale, twisting around to the left-hand side. Get nice and flowy. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting around to the left. One more time. Inhale and exhale. The next inhale, coming back into chair pose at the top of the mat. Revolve chair, twisting around to the left. Gaze comes up to the left elbow. Focus on your breathing. We are almost done for today's class, folks. Take an inhale back into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping back. One more chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog, and from here, just come into a seated position. We're going to do a little forward fold, just stretch out the backs of the legs, stretch out the hips. As you take an inhale, lengthening up through the spine, and as you exhale, coming into a forward fold. Bring the hands to wherever feels comfortable. You want to be leading with your chest here, not rounding too much through the spine. Maybe grab hold of the toe with the thumb and forefinger. And again, just focus on your breath. And do one last twist each side. So bring your right foot so that it's on the inside of your left thigh. As you take an inhale, raise the left arm up, hook it over the right knee, twist yourself round so that your gaze comes over your right shoulder. Put a flex through your left foot. Make sure it's nice and active. Try not to dump any weight into your right palm here. You want to stay nice and long and lengthened through your spine. An exhale as you release, switching over onto the left hand side. Inhale, right arm up, hook over the left knee. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. I should have said before, but if you wanted to take a bind in either of these, then please feel free. Take an exhale to release, coming up into boat pose for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Come into a low boat again for 5, for 4, for 3. Almost done. For 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, so come back down, laying on your yoga mat. So I want you to bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll yourself from side to side. Give yourself a little bit of a hug for today's practice. We should feel nice and warm, nice and energized now. Let the left leg drop down. Bring your right knee over your body. One little extra twist in today's practice. Bringing the right arm out, gaze towards your right palm. Focusing back on your breathing. Take an inhale and an exhale as you twist over. On the opposite side, gaze comes towards your left palm. And again, inhale up to centre, bring the knees back into your chest again. Give yourself one more last squeeze. And then release the legs out, bring the arms out to the side, come into our Shavasana. So make sure you're in a nice comfortable position. Maybe grab a blanket as your body starts to cool down a little bit as we slow everything down now. Let the feet fall out to the side, palms open. And just use this opportunity just to give yourselves a little bit of a body scan. So working up from the feet, all the way through the legs, the torso, your arms and your shoulders. Any areas that you feel you might be holding on to a little bit of tension. Really ease into your breath and try and release out any tension in your body. We're not going to hang out here for too long, so if you have the time, take the time to be in your Shavasana for as long as you want. And let your body just absorb all the good energy from today's yoga flow. Then when you're ready, start just to bring some movement into your toes and into your fingertips. Bringing your attention back to my voice and back to your breath. And your next inhale, raise the arms up above the head, give your body a nice full stretch. And then exhale, moving the knees up to the side, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position, however that may be for you. And there we go, folks. That was the end of today's yoga flow. I hope that you really enjoyed it. Same as last week, so I hope that you enjoyed last week's yoga flow as well, and I will see you next week for another flow. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can keep up to date with everything that's coming out on the channel, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now, folks.